What's up, everybody? It's your boy D Mac. So let's go ahead and talk. Well, on this cold January morning, this is the first real cold day in Texas, and I'm out here chilling with my little heater on. But things about to heat up a little bit. So, what I want to talk to you guys about is this: you have all of these dead rappers who parents don't have any understanding of how royalties and residuals work. So these labels are making millions off of these dead artists. And so that leads me to believe that they are definitely in favor of these artists continuing with this deadly phase that they're going through of murder and killing, because they make more money off of the artists dead than they do alive. Because for one thing, they don't have to pay out all of the money to that artist that artist supposed to get. Like, I go back to the title, these parents, which are generally the bombs, they don't understand the business side of the music industry. Most of the artists don't understand the business side of the music industry until about 2 to 3 years in. And then once they start getting put up on game, they start trying to change things, and that's where they get a lot of pushback. And a lot of times their career will end if they choose not to play the game. And so that's where a lot of artists, like, if you see them come out real hot and heavy and they supposed to be the next great thing, then all of a sudden they just disappear and don't come out with any other albums. And you like, what happened to so and so and so and so? Well, what happened to them was that they got into the game, they started to get some notoriety, and they got an offer. Hey, can you push this narrative for this amount of money? We'll put you in this tax bracket and this like that. Some of them was like, okay, cool, I'm with it. Some of them was like, nah, I ain't really trying to sell out like that. And and then you have the pushback come with, oh, well, they're hard to work with, or this artist just isn't all of that, or they don't get a lot of push on the radio and stuff like that anymore. Take in case in point, YK Osiris, he came out and he spoke about the music industry in a way that a lot of artists now are afraid to do. And you see what the pushback is on it. That kid haven't had a hit ever since he started to speak out and speak the truth. Is he less talented? No. There are plenty of writers out there that can write songs. So what is the problem? Well, he's being too honest. They can't control his narrative, and so they're going to slowly phase him out. Now, when you hear stories about YK Osiris, they clowning him for being broke. They clowning him for owing money to these big influential artists who are still willing to push the agendas for these labels and stuff. So when you got artists like this who are getting pushed to the wayside, and you see these artists that are dying in the streets, what happens to their music? What happens to the money that is generated through their music? Because they just put out some more Juice World music, and who's getting paid off of that? Do they know how much they're supposed to get paid off of that? These parents don't know. They have absolutely no idea, and they're just happy with whatever little check the label cuts and sends them, and tell them that, hey, we're giving this for your son making this and that. But they're not telling the truth that they're holding back millions and millions of dollars that they're making scot free on, that they're supposed to pay out to this man's family, his estate. So they don't care about his children. They don't care about anybody that he was taking care of uh, while he was doing his music, him or her, because we had female artists to lose their lives too. And I don't want to not recognize the female artists who have lost their lives as well. So now we're in a situation to where you have FBG Duck Mom. She's always on Vlad TV. Now you have Dolph's mom. She's starting to come on, and all of these artists' mom who want to jump on these platforms and talk about everything except for those royalties that their children are getting gypped out of. They want to talk about all of the gang stuff that's going on. They want to talk about um, this or that and community outreach and all of that. But no, I have not heard one of these parents of these slain rappers talk about those labels and how those labels are just doing them wrong, and how much money are they really supposed to be getting off of residuals, off of royalties, off of what is it? You get a publishing check if you write your own music. You get a producing check if you make the beat for that song. You know what I'm saying? There's all different types of checks that you can get off of one song. You can get at least 4 different checks off of one song if you do everything that it takes to build that and create that song. But these parents don't know that. And so they out here, they're missing out on checks for their children because they didn't know that their son wrote the hook to that one song, that song that just blew up last year with Lil Baby. They didn't know that their son sung the hook to this song that blew up with Roddy Rich. They didn't know that their son wrote the daggone chorus line to this song that so and so just put. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different credits that these young men have that are not known and are hidden by these labels so that they can keep that check in their pocket. And nobody's holding them accountable for this. Nobody's calling this out. That's why I agree with Freddie Gibbs. Rap needs a union. Master P also said it too. Rap needs a union for stuff like this because these kids are not being represented by anybody. Their families are being totally, for lack of a better word, they're being raped for all of the money that kid is owed for the money that he's generated with his music and with his likeness. Because, yeah, they're still selling their likeness too. Don't forget about that. They're a brand. Whenever that person becomes an artist of that caliber, they become a brand and they're selling that brand. So they still have the patent on that brand that they're selling out there to the world. So what are we going to do? What are we going to say, people? Oh, well, that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's how we're going to roll with that. Well, then we're just going to have to continue to see our artists be slain. We're going to have to continue to see mamas jumping on platforms and talking about all the wrong stuff. There's a whole lot of things that we just have to shut up and get used to if we're not going to put any action towards changing it. And so I appeal to all of these artists in the hip hop industry. Y'all need to be starting a union for these rappers. If you really want to protect the youth, I was doing a show the other day when I was talking about how OGs don't reach out to the youth. So this right here is a way that you can reach out to them and protect them without them even, you know what I'm saying, you even having to come in contact with them like that. If you created a union for musicians, music artists, and they can join, you don't have to directly deal with that person. But what the union represents is a solid front against these labels who've been taking advantage of all of these artists who come in and don't know the game. So if y'all not willing to do that, I need all of y'all rappers to shut up about royalties. I need all of you rappers to shut up about 360 deals. I need all of you rappers to shut up about everything that you complain about in the music industry if y'all not willing to unionize. That's period, point blank. That is the solution to the problem, and there's nothing that needs to be said any further. So, with that being said, this is your boy D Mac. You know what I say: sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.